Hey guys, it's Foxen, back at it again with a brand new video for you guys. Now, before I start, be sure to comment your thoughts about this video and future what if suggestions down in the comment section below. Also, if you want, click the like button, it really helps out the channel. And lastly, don't forget to smash that red subscribe button, really motivates me to go further and create more amazing content for you guys. Now, I hope you enjoy. Peace. In this what if, Naruto is the child of two Hyuga members, Takahashi Hyuga and Satoru Hyuga. Now, you see, these two particular Hyuga members were actually hated by the clan. Not because they did something, it's just, they were actually the lowest of the Hyuga branch. They had almost zero Hyuga genes. And that is why they were considered just outsiders. No, they didn't have any Hyuga friends, no relatives. They were just there. They couldn't even use the Byakugan. So, Naruto was born about 6 months before the Nine-Tails attack. And when he was born, surprisingly for everyone, his eyes had the Byakugan in them. Now, I'm not sure if what I'm saying is correct, but I think that unlike with the Sharingan, you're born with it. So like if Hinata and Neji, they had like the Byakugan eyes even before they activated it. So I think that the rule that they need to activate it in order to see if they even have it only applies to like half breeds or something. But Naruto had the eyes, but nobody really cared since he was the child of two useless Hyugas. So the clan heads just decided that even if he does have a Byakugan, it's probably worthless. And the attack happened 6 months later, and it does happen as canon, but this time around, Hiruzen Sarutobi actually sacrifices himself instead of Minato. And so, even due to this recent change, a lot of deaths occur, and unfortunately, Naruto's parents were one of the countless victims of the Nine-Tails attack. But, as a result of the attack, Kushina is unable to be a shinobi anymore since all her chakra channels, all her chakra streams were broken. And Mina Namikaze Uzumaki is born. She is the daughter, if you understand what I mean. She's the girl in the picture, bottom right corner. And Naruto, as soon as the parents die, after that all settles, he is placed into a Hyuga orphanage. And this orphanage is pretty much just like any other Naruto orphanage, where nobody likes him there because he is known to be like from the useless family. And something else that happened during Naruto's birth was that when he just came out the womb, immediately when he opened his eyes and everybody saw the Byakugan, it released an enormous amount of ki. And you might be wondering, well, if it did release such a huge amount of ki, why the hell did the clan heads pay no attention to it? Well, they thought that it was one of the guards' ki and something like that. Pretty bad excuse for it, but that's just how it happened, And as Naruto's life goes on, he just keeps releasing more and more ki. He just can't control it. It just happens. And that's another reason why everyone's afraid of him. Nobody talks to him at the orphanage, because he just keeps releasing a huge amount of ki whenever he opens his eyes. And but I'm not gonna make him wear like an like an eye. With actually, making him wear an eye cover could be pretty cool. But nah. Nah, I'm just gonna say he doesn't care. Yeah, Naruto's the type of guy, he don't care. And yeah. So we're gonna do a little time skip of 4 years. And Naruto is 4 years old now. And he doesn't have any friends. He is pretty much all alone. And that is the day, well, pretty much, what's 6 months before October 10th is, I don't know, whatever. On his birthday, when he turns 4, he gets kicked out the orphanage. And, meanwhile, Mina Namikaze, if you remember that, just to draw a little parallel, the Hokage's daughter, is treated nicely. Everybody loves her. Nobody tells her that she is a Jinchuriki, even though most of the clan heads know. The people just don't, because Danzo is still alive, and Minato is still alive, so he's a bit afraid of sharing that information. And, just to draw a parallel between these two, like, they're complete opposites. I wonder how fate will bring them together. Keep that in mind. Foreshadowing. But we do another time skip. Yes. A time skip. Again. Of course. And it's a time skip of 2 years. Naruto is now 6. And we see Naruto getting beaten up in the streets by 2 Hyuga Chunins, as well as Neji and Hinata. Hinata is gonna be a bitch in this one. And Neji is Neji. And the Hyuga Chunins are just toxic. So Naruto, after he gets beaten up that particular time, he just snaps. He doesn't want to be weak anymore. He wants to be strong. And so Naruto is actually extremely intelligent here in this what if. So he does the first thing that comes to mind, and that is he goes to the library. And in that library, he finds the basic training books for ninja, shinobi. And he takes books on taijutsu, chakra control, and ninjutsu, as well as just some basic knowledge about the shinobi world and shinobi terms, And, about a bit of time passes, and, Naruto is living in the forest, just built a little shack for himself, because he's pretty much homeless. And, damn. Yeah, he's pretty much homeless. That made me feel sad for a second. But, he is searching around for food because he has none at the moment. And he gets to like a little plain on top of a mountain. And he sees that this plain is like pretty beat up, There's like burn marks, like scratch marks, huge scratch marks, like giant craters. And he's like, some sort of battle must have went on here. And I'll tell you guys right now, this was the place where Minato versus Tobi happened. But Naruto doesn't know that. But Naruto sees a mushroom growing, he sees a few mushrooms growing just randomly in the center of the field. And Naruto does know quite a lot about mushrooms because he pretty much eats them every day. And he knows which mushrooms are poisonous and which are not. But he's never seen this type of mushroom before. But, he's like, this forest has much more edible mushrooms than inedible. So I'd put a pretty big gamble that, this one's edible. And if it's not, I can just heal myself with the healing ninjutsu that I learned a few days ago. Next thing, my next goal is to probably check out my chakra nature. But that's just going to come in a while. But Naruto does take those mushrooms, goes back to his little shack, and he cooks the mushrooms and eats them. And he's like, what a nice mushroom. I should find more of these. What a nice tip. And he faints. Blackout. Damn. That's pretty harsh. But this is where the story really begins. You know, he wakes up and it's dark. Before it was like pretty sunny, and it's dark now, and he feels a bit weird, and he's like, what the hell happened? I ate those mushrooms and I just passed out. Probably were poisonous or something, but I don't feel the effects of food poisoning. Pretty weird. But then he hears screams and like voices of different men nearby, and the screams are like a little girl or something. And he stands up and is like, I should go check it out. It might be something serious. And Naruto tries to do to run there like at his normal speed, but instead he just starts sprinting at insane speeds, and his feet, upon impact on the ground, they create huge craters. Like, it's just like, think of when Obito saw Rin getting killed and he started like running towards the shinobi. Yeah, that's how it looks. But Naruto isn't even controlling himself. He's just like, what the hell? How am I running so fast? But he jumps and lands on a tree and starts running from there. But he gets a bit of a hang on the run, so he's not really breaking the branches at the moment. But he's going very, very fast. And so he reaches the voices, and he's sitting on a branch, suppressing his chakra, or at least trying to. And he knows how to suppress his chakra from the book, but he feels that for some reason he can't hide it all. He just feels I just have too much chakra for some reason. And Naruto was never the guy who had a lot of chakra. I wonder how he got it all. But since Naruto also has like a general knowledge book, he realizes that the three men are Cloud Shinobi, and the little girl, which he heard the screams of, had red hair, like whisker marks. It's pretty weird. He opened his Byakugan without even realizing it, and he could see everything much better. Keep in mind, during this time, to this time, Naruto has not opened his Byakugan yet. He just has better vision than everyone else, but he hasn't activated like the dojutsu. So this was the first time, but he doesn't even realize it. He's like, this is strange. But he pours a bit of chakra into his ears to hear better, and he hears one Cloud Shinobi say, "Come on, guys, we have to hurry, or someone else will come. Leaf Shinobi are pretty quick." The other Cloud Nin said, "It's fine. We've come this far. Why not just relax a bit? We've got the girl. Lord Raikage will be pleased. We can celebrate a bit beforehand." Then the third Cloud Shinobi says, "Everyone, quiet. Be careful. I can sense a very powerful and ominous chakra nearby." The first Cloud Shinobi is like, "How the hell did they find us so quickly? We definitely suppressed the little girl's chakra." And that is when Naruto jumps down and tries to punch one shinobi in the face. And as soon as the punch just collides with the man's face just literally explodes off. Like, this sequence was at the speed of sound practically. Like, the shinobi just couldn't react to that. And the other Cloud Shinobi reacted really quickly and just stabbed Naruto with a sword in the chest. And Naruto's like, sees this, and he's like, what the hell? And the girl sees this, and Naruto sees the girl, and the girl starts, shedding a bit of tears, and her eyes are like, they're shocked. She's shocked. Like, she just saw the person who tried to save her, or at least she hopes he's trying to save her. That person just died. But Naruto doesn't understand. He's in confusion. He doesn't feel the pain from the stab. So he just kicks the leg of the shinobi who stabbed him, and he just breaks the leg completely. And so the shinobi just flies away. And the third shinobi just drops to the ground and starts like crawling back to a tree. And he's like, "No, please, I beg you, spare me." And Naruto just looks at him with his activated Byakugan, which he still isn't aware of. And the man just pisses his pants and dies from fear, basically. So that's when Naruto closes his Byakugan again without realizing it, and he goes to the girl, a bit shakily, with the sword still in his chest. He goes to the girl, unties her. He breaks her chains, the chains she's tied up in, like really, really quickly, and he asks, "Hey, are you okay?" And the girl is she's pretty much speechless. Like, imagine seeing this. A boy about your age, maybe a bit older, no, about your age, with a sword in his bag, just defeated 3 Cloud Shinobi, and is asking her if she's okay. But she nods, and suddenly Naruto is teleported to a nearby tree, and is already tied up, and in chained up to a tree. And Naruto looks up and sees Lord Hokage the Fourth hugging the girl, and he hears the Hokage say, "Mina, what happened? What did this boy do to you?" And then the girl, whose name is apparently Mina said, "Dad, it wasn't him. He saved me from the 3 Cloud Shinobi." And Hokage said, "Mina, that's impossible. How could a boy your age defeat 3 skilled shinobi?" And Mina said, "I don't know. He just punched one of them, and his face just went off. And the other one, he just broke his leg. And the third one just died." And, the Hokage looked back at the boy, and he looked back at Naruto. And Naruto has already broken the chains very easily, broken the ropes, and is just sitting on the ground, just passed out. Basically, Naruto just passed out from overusing stuff. And the Hokage sees the dead bodies, the 2 dead bodies around Naruto, and another one with the broken leg still breathing. And so Minato quickly interrogates him, finds out that the Raikage wanted the Jinchuriki. He doesn't let Mina hear that, but the Raikage wanted the Jinchuriki to increase his military strength and then attack all the 5 nations together. But Minato's like, "Huh, you cheeky little Raikage. Too bad. I won't reveal this information yet." And then, he looks back at the boy and thinks, well, it seems that he exhausted a bit too much chakra. I wonder how he even has that much. A boy his age shouldn't even be able to use it. And so, we cut to Naruto, and Naruto, he wakes up in a room. It's a pretty decorated room. It's very nice, very sunny. And he looks around, and he sees that he's in a very comfy bed, and that he is he's covered in bandages where he got stabbed by the sword, and he's like, "Oh, my head hurts. Was this all a dream? No, probably wasn't. If it was, why the hell am I in such a nice place? But where am I?" And that is when a blonde woman with huge, I tell you, 160 centimeters mommy milkers enters the room and says, "Oh, you're up." Naruto looks up at her, and he stops at her, mommy milkers for a second, but he's like, "Who are you?" And the woman, proudly puffing out her chest, making it look even bigger, says, "I am Tsunade, one of the 3 legendary Sani." And Naruto's a bit surprised because he does know who the Sanin are, and he's like, whoa. He's a bit speechless right now. But the Hokage then walks in and says, "Tsunade, is he up?" And Tsunade's like, "Yes, he is, as you can see." And the Hokage then looks at Naruto and says, "Ah, great. Tell me, boy, what is your name?" And Naruto gulps a bit because the Hokage is like staring him down a bit. And Naruto says, "Sir, my name is Naruto Hyuga." And then the Hokage replies, A Hyuga? Interesting. Tell me, what happened? How did you, a boy so young, manage to defeat those three shinobi? I could tell they were skilled Jonin, or else they would not be put up to this task by the Raikage. And Naruto says, I don't know, sir. I woke up and felt a sudden surge of power. And then I heard screams, and, then I went to these screams. Then I just jumped down, tried punching one of them. I just thought it would distract them, but instead it just blew his face off. And the other one, I don't even know how he even died. I can barely remember anything, sir. And Naruto, and the Hokage then says, what did you do before that? And Naruto then says, well, I remember being very hungry and finding some mushrooms and cooking them and eating them. And the Hokage is like, where would you even find mushrooms? Aren't you like being fed properly at your house? And Naruto says, no, sir. I am, how should I say it? I'm pretty much homeless. And, the Hokage is like, homeless? What do you mean? A child your age? And of the Hyuga clan? And with a Byakugan? That's impossible. How are you? And Naruto says, well, I was kicked out the orphanage a few years back, but, I've been living in the forest, surviving on my own pretty well. And the Hokage is like, so you're an orphan. Not even an orphan, just a homeless boy. Well, I'll make sure to report this to Hiyashi and tell him that this is unacceptable. But that mushroom is very interesting. Tsunade. Perhaps you could maybe do an analysis on the boy. My bad, the recording cut out. But the Hokage asks Tsunade to do an analysis on Naruto and his blood and something. And 3 hours later, Tsunade literally busts in the Hokage's office and literally scares the living crap out of him. And she's like, Minato, you have to hear this. And Minato's like, what the hell is so important that I need to literally break the walls of my office without even, you could just go through the door. And Tsunade just says, well, shut up. This is really important. The boy, which you told me to do an analysis on, is just impossible for this to be true. But it is. He has an overload of Hashirama cells in his body. It's not even a joke. He has more Hashirama cells than, I don't know, anyone currently existing. Even more than the amount of Hashirama cells that exist. His body's full of them somehow. And all of his genes, the Hyuga genes, all the other genes in his body were boosted to an extreme. That explains the reason why he's super strong, super fast. His Byakugan, it's just incredible. And I have a pretty wild guess, but if he has an overload of Hashirama cells, he might be able to use wood style. I'm not even joking. It might even be his main affinity, just like Hashirama's. And the Hokage is like, that's insane. We'll need to test the boy tomorrow. If he can use wood style, that will be a huge asset to the village, and that'll make him stronger. And so, the next day, the Hokage, Tsunade, Kushina actually, and Mina, the girl who Naruto saved, they all come into Naruto's room, who is still laying in the hospital bed. All pretty much healed up, because his body regenerates at a huge rate. And he pretty much can't get wounded. I don't even know how to explain it. If it's just a stab, it does not hurt him. But, the more injuries he gets, the more hurt he is, I guess. So, if he gets stabbed by one sword, it won't really affect him. But if he gets stabbed, by 1,000 swords in every single part of his body, he will die. So, sort of like that. He has more immunity to stuff, so he's not invincible. But he's pretty strong. And, Kushina immediately runs up and hugs Naruto and says, "Thank you so much for saving my daughter. I owe you everything." And Mina pretty shyly says, "Thanks a lot." And Kushina looks at her daughter and says, she doesn't say anything, but she thinks, uh, why is Mina so shy? She's usually loud and always talking about how she wants to become Hokage and the best kunoichi. And Naruto smiles and then says, "It's no problem. Don't worry about it." That's when the Hokage interrupts their little discussion and says, "Naruto, this is very important. Let's go outside for a minute. We need to test you." And outside, Minato tells Naruto he wants to test Naruto. He doesn't even know if Naruto knows what chakra is, but he just tells Naruto, think about a tree growing from the ground, and focus all of your chakra in the center of your body, in your chest. And Naruto does so without even any hesitation. But he thinks that growing a tree, that's pretty weird. Never heard of that technique. But when he does that and thinks of a tree, as soon as he does that, he starts screaming. He just bursts in intense pain. He is excruciating pain. And that's when wood bullets, just so much wood, spikes, usually sharp wood, just starts coming out the ground. Small, big, huge spikes everywhere. It's uncontrollable. And Minato, luckily, Minato has extreme reaction speed. And he just teleported all of the viewers away, being Tsunade, Mina, and Kushina, and him. And then he teleported back and placed a calming seal on Naruto. And everything blacks out. So Naruto wakes up in a different room, and it's very warm, very sunny. It's a very comfy bed. He looks around and sees that, he's pretty much covered in bandages everywhere. But he doesn't feel any pain as usual. Not as usual, but And he's like, oh, what the hell happened? I remember thinking about a tree and then just blacking out. And pain. Damn. That hurt. I still remember it. But what the hell happened? Did somebody attack me? I wonder. But where the hell am I? So he stands up, goes out of the room. That's when he smells food, surprisingly. And, he follows the scent, goes downstairs, and to his shock, he sees Kushina putting some food on the plates at a table where Minato and Mina are all waiting. And that's when they saw him and looked at him, waved at him, and, Naruto was in a bit of a shock, and he's, speechless. But Minato's like, Naruto, you're up. Come, eat with us. And, Naruto, he's a smart guy, so he's like, I don't understand what the hell is going on, but I'll take it, I guess. So pretty much Naruto goes and everyone says thank you for the food, and they all eat and they all have a wholesome moment. And Kushina then asks, so Naruto, tell us a bit about yourself. How's your life been? And Naruto, it's a bit of a rough topic for him, but he decides to tell them because these people treated him better than all the other people he's ever met in his life. So he kind of deep inside him already considers them family, since he's never had any real family. He desperately needs one. And Naruto tells him all about his struggles, how he was never liked by the orphanage, and he, because everyone was scared of him because of his eyes, and that they emitted such an ominous aura. And Kushin is like, yeah, we all felt that. We wanted to ask you about that. And Naruto's like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just can't control it. And he tells how he was kicked out and always beat up by his clan members, how he's been homeless, living in the forest, and everything led up till here. And Mina is very sad hearing that. She feels sympathetic. She thinks about how she's had such a great and colorful life filled with love, and meanwhile Naruto just had none of that. He just felt very bad. And they all finished food, and Minato also felt very bad. But when they did finish, Minato said, Naruto, come with me outside for a little while. I need to talk to you. It's very important. So they both go outside, and Minato says, Naruto, the analysis that Tsunade did on you found out that you have an overload of Hashirama cells in you. Hashirama was the first Hokage, if you know who that is. And he was able to use wood style. And so can you. But unfortunately, or fortunately, it's a bit different. Yours is a bit, how can I say it? A bit of a berserk wood style. Along with that, you have increased abilities like super strength, agility, and speed. And I believe that it also somehow caused your Byakugan to evolve. And, you need to control this immense power that you have. And so, these two, the two people that I called here, they will help you. And you will live with them. And they will train you to become stronger, to be able to control your power. But first, I need to ask you, do you want to become a shinobi? And Naruto says, yes, of course, Lord Hokage. And then Minato says, why exactly do you want to become a shinobi? Is it for power? Is it for incredible strength? Tell me. Naruto says, sir, even though I do not have a family yet, I wish to find a family. And I wish to protect that family with all my life. With all my power. That is why I need to become strong. And Minato inside him smiles and says, very good, boy. And, that's when he snapped his fingers, and two men appear. One has, like, silverish white hair, and he's wearing a mask and an eye patch. And the other one has, like, brown hair, pretty weird eyes. And, Minato says, Naruto, meet Kakashi Hatake and Yamato. These two will be taking care of you from now on. You will live with them in the Anbu dorms. And, they will train you and pretty much be your family. And Naruto was like, cool. These two look pretty strong. And Kakashi says, huh, is that the kid? Is that the kid, sensei? He says, yeah, Kakashi. Take care of him, will you? And you too, Yamato. The two men say, yes, sir. And Kakashi then says, come on, kid. Let's go. Naruto stands up and, he goes with Kakashi and Yamato. And before he exits the gates of the house, he looks back and waves back at Minato, and Kushina, who are smiling and waving at him. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Before you go, if you haven't already, don't forget to comment your thoughts and possible video suggestions down in the comment section below. Don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe. See you next time.